So number one is that Matthew 7:7, 7, 8, which is continue to ask God, and God will continue. God will give to you. Okay, continue to ask God, and God will give to you. Continue to search, and you will find. Continue to knock, and the door will open for you. Here's what's interesting about that verse, right? Because it's like you hear it a lot: asking, you'll receive; knock, and the door will open, right? But what I realize is that it's one of those things. No, it's okay. We're learning together. What I realize is
getting
that
banned anyway. All right, let me stop.
Whenever it repeats, and like I've seen this a couple times in the Bible, I read further into it because a lot of these words have more than one meaning, and a lot of the circumstances. It's so funny how you just find the connections. But what I realize about this: continue to ask, and God will give to you. Continue to search, and you will find. Continue to knock, and the door will open for you. And then the next one says, everyone who searches finds, everyone who knocks will have the door open, which means believers and non-believers. Like the rule works. Okay, asking asking you'll receive, knocking, searching you'll find. But I think the word in itself, like the Bible, is just like the instruction. And if you can get enough of that information seeped into you, like it's more like your life is more enriched. Like you know exactly what to do. Like for everything that you could come up with a problem for, there's an answer in here. So in the same way that the laws and stuff like that work, because they're universal laws, it's interesting because it's also just like intertwined with the word. Like, I'm not saying the word is not the law, but anyway, I'm all over the place. But what I realized from this is that it works, and it always works. And sometimes I question not my faith, but like my ability, and I question whether I can do something. But it's like, oh, it's not me, especially when God asked me to do it. It's God. So of course he's gonna do it. Right? I just have to show up. Right? So but that's what I'm struggling with, because I haven't necessarily shown up everywhere. I show up in the places where I feel like I show up in the places, just being real. I show up in the places where I feel like there's gonna be, this isn't like a rule of law or anything. I'm just telling you, just being transparent here. I tend to show up in the places where I feel like there's going to be a penalty if I don't show up, right? But all the other places, I'm just kind of like, oh, well, that's not, and I'm not saying that's a bad way to be, but that's just where I am right now. But it's not where I want to be. So in some senses, it is a bad way to be, because God's calling me to do something very specific that I have been working on, but I can't say like unequivocally like the way that I do my work for my office work, that I'm doing the work that God gave me. So just being real with that. So I've applied the word in that way. And I mean, like, just trying. You look giving me the funniest look. I've tried to apply the word. And let me just tell you this other verse. You got to respond to that.
Yeah, I got to respond to that, because
and
it's
then,
something you asked for.